Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Eli and I'm the owner of Crochet Made by Eli. This week's video is part 2 of going over all of my favorite things that I made in 2025. And this video is going to be focusing on all of the patterns I tested. Now before we get into this video, I do have a little bit of a disclaimer and update about my health. If you're not interested and just want to see all of the things that I crocheted, no worries at all. I have all of the timestamps in the description, so you can feel free to skip ahead to whatever part interests you. So I mentioned in my last video just some updates about my health, and things have not really improved since. I have been dealing with multiple flare-ups and what seems to be a crash in my health and in my baseline of symptoms. Baseline meaning the symptoms that I experience on a daily basis on like a normal day. So this means that it has been a lot harder to make content recently. It's been a lot harder to record it and take time to edit. My tolerance of screens and lights in general has been a lot worse, so it's been a little bit more difficult to make the things that I normally do. And because my health has been worse, it has also been harder to have the motivation to record things and actually post them. So that's why there's been a bit of a pause in my content and the type of content I've been making. I'm trying to make sure I'm still recording content for you guys that's interesting, but not at the risk of my own health, of course. So for this video, I will be putting on my glasses very soon because this light is extremely bright and that often flares up my symptoms. But if I turn the light off, you can't see all of my fun friends here, and I like to have the good lighting. And so I will be wearing these glasses for most of the video. Just makes it a little bit easier to tolerate all the light on me. If you guys are interested in hearing more specifics about my disabilities and my chronic illnesses, I do currently have an Instagram account that is dedicated to all things disability and chronic illness called Documenting Disability. I do post daily there going over some more specifics about my health. Right now that account is only on Instagram, but I am looking at transitioning it to also be on TikTok and YouTube. So as soon as I've made that second account here on YouTube, I will let you guys know, and anyone who's interested can follow that one as well. I'm hoping by creating that second channel, I can separate my art and my personal stuff a little bit more and have this channel be just crochet and patterns, and have that channel be more personal, autism related, disability related, chronic illness related, all that kind of stuff. So I think that's all of the disclaimers I have for this video. Now let's get into all of the patterns I tested in 2025. So when I was making my notes for this video, I went back through my Instagram and my camera roll to find all of the patterns that I tested, and I tested way more than I thought. I did a total of 16 different pattern tests, so 1 or 2 every single month, and I forgot about so many of them. I'm going to be reviewing them in chronological order based on when I posted them on my Instagram. Let's get into it. So the very first pattern I tested was this free Easter egg basket pattern by my friend Shayna at Crochet. This pattern included instructions on how to make this cute little basket and all of these little eggs. It was a great scrap yarn user because you could make all the different unique little eggs, as well as using your scrap yarn for the actual basket. And this is a free pattern available on Shayna's Instagram. The second one I tested was this land shark pattern by Threads of Luck. This was my first time pattern testing for this creator, and this pattern was amazing. I learned a few different techniques by testing this pattern, especially with doing a 4-limbed creature. I've never done a crochet pattern that uses the 4 limbs and connects it. I know that's super popular for amigurumi, but I am not as familiar with amigurumi as I am with other types of crochet, so that was a fun technique to learn. It also included some different techniques on how to make the fin and the tail, and I absolutely loved testing it. Next up, I tested the Eyetomic Bond crop top by Astronaughty. She is definitely a bigger account in my books, and so being able to test this pattern for her was amazing. And plus, this top was adorable. I made 2 different versions of it. The first one I did this pink scrap yarn, and it had this open v-neck at the top. The second one I made was this blue scrap yarn version, and this one was made using the closed top where it's actually reversible. So the point that you can see on the top can either be facing up towards your neck, or you can flip the top upside down and have the point facing down, and you can just remove the neck string and have it be strapless or have it tied up. Next up, I got to test the headphone covers in the mushroom style by Shelfie Stitches, and she is another one of my dream crochet artists to work with. I have become mutuals with her now, where I am regularly able to exchange things with her and occasionally chat, which is so cool. I have followed her on social media for many years. She was actually one of the first crocheters I followed on Pinterest because I loved all of her scrap yarn shrugs. So being able to test a pattern for her was again amazing and really just a dream come true. Next up, I tested Emory the Elephant by my friend Lisa at Lisa's Loops. This was her very first pattern and she did a fantastic job on it. This one again was a little bit different than some I've done before with just how the limbs are made and the ears and everything. As you guys can see, I did make a scrap yarn version and used up a lot of my scrap plush yarn. A lot of people commented that it looked kind of like Buzz Lightyear with the green and purple colors, and it was such a cute piece. It was the first time I made a scrap yarn plushie, and I really loved the look of it. The next pattern I got to test was the Double Trouble Tank by my friend Daisy May at Hooking with Daisy May. This was, I believe, the very first pattern she ever released, and since then she's released over 10 different wearable patterns, I believe, and each one is so unique. This tank top was made up using a few different stitches that alternated on different sides of the piece, so the front had a very different look from the back while using the same yarn and the same stitches, which is super cool. I made this one in two different versions. I first did a purple one in like a size small, extra small, and then I made this pink one in more of a size large. Next up, I got to test another pattern by Threads of Luck, which was the mini spinosaurus. If you guys know me, I am a dinosaur enthusiast. Obviously, I've got my Dino Dave here. I've got dinosaur tattoos on my arm. I love dinos. So being able to test this mini little Spinosaurus was adorable. And again, similar to the land shark pattern, this one was made in a very unique way where I learned a few more techniques, which is always a really fun part of pattern testing. The next two patterns are both by Daisy May again. The first one was the Summertime's top. So this one is kind of like a classic bralette, but with a little bit of a twist. It had this cute keyhole detail in the middle and then a few different stitches to make this intricate pattern at the bottom. I first made this one in rainbow using the keyhole design. I did make this one in my size, but I wasn't super comfortable taking pictures of myself in it, so I did take pictures of it on the mannequin, but unfortunately my mannequin is way smaller than I am, so it did look a little bit odd. So I did make a second version in blue in an extra small so you could really see the details on the mannequin. This blue one I actually ended up selling at one of my markets, and it's one of the only wearables I have ever sold. So props to Daisy for making a really cute pattern again. The next one I got to test by Daisy May was her Daisy May's Dukes. Little play on words with Daisy Dukes and her own version. This one again used a bunch of different stitches to make this really cute, unique pattern and this little picot stitch trim. I believe this was the first time I ever used a picot stitch. So again, really fun to learn different stitches. I made this one in purple and it matched the purple Double Trouble tank that I had made earlier in the year. Next up, I got to test the Celeste top by Spirit and Thread Crochet. She is another fairly big pattern designer, so it was a pleasure to work with her. This was one of the most detailed and intricate patterns I've ever seen, with a full size guide and everything. So this one was a really beautiful top. I did end up taking pictures of myself in it, as you guys can see, and it was a little bit out of my comfort zone, but it looked beautiful. The next pattern I got to test was this Zinnia Vest by Relax in Yarn. This one featured a cool mandala pattern on the back with this nice solid double crochet section that made a cute little ruffle at the bottom. It also had this cute corset tie in the front, which really cinched in your waist and made it look real cute. I did end up wearing this at one of the markets I did last year and got so many compliments on it. I really loved the flow of this piece, especially just the ruffles in the back. It made me feel so pretty wearing it. Next up, I got to test another pattern for one of my friends. This one was by Sam at Knotted by Sam, and this was the Kale Button Up top. Being able to work with Sam and becoming a mutual of her has absolutely been a dream as well. I started following her a long time ago on TikTok and never thought that she would become a mutual of mine who I could actually pattern test for. This top was made using alternating rows of solid and mesh rows to make this nice intricate design. A lot of the pattern testers worked it up in different weight yarns. I did this weight 4 cotton, but the people who worked it up in weight 2 and weight 3, absolute props to, because it takes way longer, but it made such a beautiful, intricate design. The next pattern I got to test was the Pumpkin Granny Square Vest by my friend Rihanna over at Rihanna Crochets. She is here on YouTube as well, so make sure you check out her account. She has released a few different patterns over the last year, and I got the pleasure of testing this one. It was a little bit out of my comfort zone or my regular style that I would wear for myself, but I styled it in a way that made me feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more me, while still being the original design, of course. Next up was another pattern by my friend Shayna, and it was the Bright Bill Goose pattern from the movie Wild Robot. I believe that's what it's called. This one is a mini little goose based on the character from the movie. I opted to make this pink one, which I thought was so cute for Valentine's Day. It was not anywhere near Valentine's Day when I tested this, but I thought the pinks were adorable. This is another fantastic pattern by Shayna, and I believe she actually made the robot from Wild Robot. I know she has made a robot pattern, so I can't remember if it's the same robot, but she has made quite a few patterns over the last year, all different amigurumi and all adorable. The second last pattern that I tested was Paxton the Peryton by Crochet with Kate. I had never heard of what a peryton was before testing this, and now it's one of my favorite mythical creatures. It was so cute, and all of the testers made the most adorable, unique versions. A lot of people use this like fluffy faux fur yarn to add interesting elements to it. A lot of people did these cool details on the front. I made mine using the base pattern with no extra details, and as you guys can see, it was still such a gorgeous piece, even without adding all of the fun things that some of the other testers did. And now the very last pattern that I got to test in 2025 was Frankie the Frankencat by my friend Emmy at Emmy Visions. This one was the perfect Halloween piece, and I did bring it to my Halloween market in October and got a lot of really nice compliments on him. Emmy has released a few different patterns. Now, as I say that, I am remembering one more pattern that I forgot to write down. So it looks like I actually tested a total of 17 different patterns, but I just remembered that I tested a different pattern by Emmy earlier in the year, which was the Buddy MJ. So it was a little like Mary Jane Bud. I totally forgot that I tested this one, so I am glad I remembered it before I ended this video, but it looks like I tested a total of 17 different patterns in 2025. So that is all of the patterns that I tested, so that wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did watch all the way to the end, don't forget to like this video, and feel free to let me know what your favorite item was that I made in 2025. If you haven't checked out part 1, I did go over all of my personal favorite makes, including this massive blanket, my Halloween costume, all of the things I made for Christmas, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So again, thank you guys so much for watching this video and supporting me and my channel. I'm hoping I'll be able to get back on the groove of making videos regularly, and hopefully I will see you guys next week. Bye!